I've always believed, and I continue to add to that belief as I read things like this, that there's so many people in the world, and not everybody is ready to receive what you might have for them. I mean, you might offer them the best products of life. You might offer them the best business schools. You might, best education, best health regimens, best benefits for whatever category in a person you could think that you want to help them with. Some people, they're just not ready for it. They're not ripe for it. It's not the time to harvest that. It is just, it's understanding that people in life are living today with different positions of openness and readiness. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I keep getting hit by a friend of mine who, and I gotta take it serious. He sells life insurance, retirement plans, and I think a few other things, maybe like college for my kid and things like that. And 5 years ago, dude, I'm not interested. Like, I'm just not there. It doesn't stop him from trying. Now it's like, okay, I think, it's about that time. And then, all I need is another nudge from him. And, it's like, I'm ready to take that step. So in many areas, even as with real estate, I've had conversations with people 5 years ago about, let's have a plan, because they're not ready. But then years later, they're ready. And then you help them either sell or buy or whatever. So in different categories of life, whether it's a business, if it's just fun stuff, hey man, why don't you join my book club? And you're like, I don't want to join your book club right now. I'm just too busy. But you never know. Later on, you keep saying the same thing. Eventually, they're open for them and you to have that connection through that conversation where there's a decision that being made. And I think there's a lot of truth in that in spirituality. Just because you talk to someone right now about the things of God or anything related to God and they want zero to do with it, doesn't mean you're necessarily wasting your time. What I think is going on is you're just doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is having these conversations, meeting these people, talking to your family, talking to your friends, never harassing them, just lightly, lovingly, almost organically and casually talking to them about the things of God. Reading the room, right? Some people don't want to talk about God right now. You can't force your way in there because all you end up doing is creating these big old walls and barriers that now they see you coming from a mile away and they want nothing to do with you. Because they'll remember, every time I see him or her, all she wants to do is convert me into their religion, into their faith, into their beliefs. Okay, flip that. Let's not talk about religion. Every time I see her or him, all he or she wants to do is sell me their product, make me buy their plans. So you see how you have to be sensitive, how you're engaging with people, because you don't want to come off as that person to them. You really just want to be a friend. You really want to be somebody who's open, available, willing, non-judgmental, a person that will make a connection with you regardless if you join my team or join my product or join my faith or believe in what I believe in. Like, Jesus models an example of talking to someone that he shouldn't be talking to, has a moment with her that it's enough to change her life, that as they come back and wanting to know more of him, more other people that are with him are starting to hear the words. They say, we don't longer just believe because of what you're saying, we're hearing it for ourselves. But let me bring you back to this point, right? Where it says, open your eyes and look at the fields. They are ripe for harvest. There are people in our lives right now, in your circle, in your life right now, that you're a conversation away from them getting one step closer to God. I'm not saying they're a conversation away from them falling in love with Jesus and giving their lives and getting baptized and raising their whole like we're not, people are in a process as well, just like we were, just like I was. I wasn't, fully in the faith from one day to the next. I came in as wait, what is this? Okay, cool, I didn't really care, but they kept inviting me. What is this? I'm still not interested. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm hearing enough about this Jesus. I want to know more. I still wasn't committed. I still wasn't in love. I still wasn't all in. I just want to know more. From wanting to know more, Q&A, questions and answers, learning, growing. And then through a process of time, I started to grow my faith in him, my love for him, to the point where I've committed my life to him, to the point where I go, yeah, I want this in my life. I'm all in now. I read my word. I pray. Sign me up. This is the life I want to live with him. I'm still doing all the different things I'm trying to do in life as far as my accomplishments and goals and ambitions, but now it's all filtered through this word, filtered through my relationship with God. But I was a process. You were a process. Maybe you were. Maybe you were just one that was just born in the faith. You had no choice, and you've been living like this all your life. I don't know. All I know is most of us are in a process. Most of us are in a seasons or we're in times of our lives where we have to think like, we really don't know who's ready for the, to reap that harvest. We don't know if him or her is their time right now. All we need to focus on is the connection with the community that we could have with these people. That's it. I think that should be our fundamental goal, is connecting with folks. And let me say this, as a church that we're starting, we don't have the luxury that when two people walk in for the first time, we go, yeah, that's cool. Anyways, let's keep talking. We don't have that luxury. You know why? Because that person that walked in could be a person that's like for the first time ever trying to explore this thing. So we're in the position where we need to like lock in on those folks that are walking in so that we can build a community around them, make them feel safe that, hey, you belong here. You are welcome here. This is a safe place for you. This is where you would learn about God. This is where if you have any questions, we can continue to hang out and do life together. Because a lot of times if you go to any other church, because I've been doing this for some time now, and I've gone to many churches literally all throughout the United States and to some degree throughout the world, you go in and you go out. You go in and little small interactions and you leave. You don't know if I'm walking in there as the new guy that I need this God. You don't know if I need a miracle. You don't know if I need a prayer. You don't know if I need more of what you have inside of you. That light that you have, I might need more of that. I can't get it if I just walk in and walk out. Yeah, you can if you heard the great sermon and you go home. But there's something different when you connect with people, with relationships, with communication, with connections, with community, and you go, hey, my name is so-and-so, what's your name? Let's stay connected. That will have a deep impact through time than just a sermon, let them in and let them out. It's like we have to be intentional about interacting with people,